The day Liam proposed, his white moon girl who'd gone overseas came back. Without a second thought he ran after her. She said, "Your sincerity finally moved me. I've decided to accept your heart. From now on you have to keep loving me, only stay with me." Liam said nothing, letting her hug and kiss him. I slid the ring off and gave it back. "We're done." He grabbed my hand, flustered. "Serena, I really do like you, but my head is a mess. Once I sort myself out I'll come find you." New Year's Eve, he finally called, words tumbling like he was sprinting. "Serena, I have my answer now. I like you, I love you. Let's get married, get the license tomorrow." A bright laughing voice cut in, "Big bro, bigamy gets you jail time. Don't drag my wife down with you." I showed up to my high school reunion, only to discover Liam had staged a proposal. Every partner in crime who'd ever skipped class, started fights, or prayed to the test gods was there. They tossed confetti, popped party poppers, cheered, "About time." Back in high school Liam was Serena's shadow. I swore they'd graduate a couple, turns out he waited till junior year to confess. Full circle, best duo Riverdale ever had. Liam knelt, eyes sparkling. "Serena, meeting and loving you is my fate. I'll put you first today and always. Will you marry me?" The room chanted in unison, "Say yes, say yes, say yes." Looking at all that joy, picturing Eleanor's lifelong wish, the word everyone wanted slipped out. I stretched out my hand and smiled. "I will." He slipped the ring on. Cheers erupted, woohoo, kiss, kiss, kiss. Then, crash. The hush fell instantly, everyone turned. A bottle of red lay shattered on the floor, and in the doorway stood a poised, glossy woman. Liam's arm was still around me, his face stunned. "Christine?" Questions rippled, "What's going on? Who is she?" Christine spun and left. Liam bolted after her without hesitation. "Christine." The room gaped, still wearing the what the hell look. Haley stepped forward, openly annoyed. "Who's the drama queen? Smashes a bottle for attention and Sterling runs? What gives?" People nudged me, "Go check it out, she screams trouble." None of them knew Liam kept a white moon girl. Watching him chase her, I rubbed the fresh ring, expecting heartbreak that never came. I ducked into the restroom and overheard their talk through the wall. "Christine, so this is your keeping distance from now on?" Liam sounded lost. "I like her." Christine, gentle, "Like is enough for a proposal? Do you love her?" Liam, "Your perseverance finally moved me, I'm accepting your heart. Keep loving me, only me, from today on." Liam stood mute, letting Christine cling to him and kiss him on tiptoe. I gave a soft laugh and walked back. Classmates read the room and started drifting out with excuses. Liam returned, brows knitted. "Serena, Christine's back sick, didn't see that coming. I'll drive her home first. Can we push the license?" We'd booked it for the day after tomorrow, but some things can't be forced. I gave him the ring, calm. "No need. We're done." He panicked, hand tight around mine. "I really like you, but I'm a mess. Once I clear my head I'll come for you." He lingered, anxious. "You don't believe me? Eleanor wants you to marry me. Let's still get the license the day after, and I'll talk ceremony with her once I sort this out. Eleanor only wanted me wed to someone who saw me before I'm gone." I peeled his hand off. "I'll handle Eleanor. Let's not contact each other again." He didn't stop me, only called after, "I know you're lashing out. I won't give up." License day arrived, Liam texted, "Serena, emergency here, can't break away. Let's delay the license a few days. I answered, "Not necessary. I ordered 2 faux marriage certificates on Budget Bargain and photoshopped our college red background passport photos together. Eleanor turned the fakes over and over, yet not comforted the way she'd hoped. "I fear you alone, fear you'll pick the wrong man like your mother. Liam protected you even in high school. Time tells, his heart stayed the same. He'd do." Terror clawed at me that she'd let go. We've only dated 2 years, Eleanor. You have to keep vetting him for me. At 95, frail and twice fallen in half a year, she was bedbound. Bones need 100 days, pills were impossible. She'd endured the early pain raw. The doctor had warned me to be ready. Daily she murmured she wanted to see me settled. Her only child, my mother, had chased a handsome pauper in Harborport. In that backwater, marrying off a girl to Harborport or the capital meant money. Instead, after I was born, mother met contempt from her mother-in-law and cold shoulders from her husband. Love-brain that she was, she dumped me on Eleanor and never had another child. Later we learned the man had a son my age by another woman. Grandpa died of rage, mother sank into depression and killed herself. The pauper and his 20 years older sugar mama took that illegitimate boy abroad, were mugged, and both stabbed to death. My future became Eleanor's final worry. She stroked the pasted photo of Liam and me. Tell Liam to come for dinner. I'll speak to his parents about taking our wedding seriously. My eyes burned, I forced a grin. Nonsense. You'll hit 100, watch me marry and have babies. She patted my head, voice thin, okay. I swallowed my pride and texted Liam, free for dinner? The call that came opened with Christine's voice. Serena? Let's meet. In the cafe she went straight to it. Liam's loved me since we were kids. You know that. I nodded. She smiled. I'm the white moon girl he's always wanted. Now his persistence has moved me, may I accept him? I found it ludicrous. Ask him. She arched a brow. He only dated you on the rebound. Spare everyone, let him go. 2 years is a rebound? I curled my lips in faint contempt. If you're soulmates, my clinging won't matter. Why lobby me? Christine looked pained. He's soft. Dumping you would haunt him. I want my man free of baggage. Part of your high school tuition came from his family, right? He was just kind, you mistook it for love. I stared. Didn't he mention I repaid every cent in college? Her smile froze, then reformed. Sure. He reports everything. He flew to me every year, we never lost touch. Girl to girl, I don't enjoy hurting you, but I'm his white moon. Know your place. Extra years of salt give extra bite. I folded my arms, playing dumb. I already told him it's over. You here because you're scared he won't pick you? She clenched her fists, then regained her smug arc. I'm his white moon. He begs me, not the other way around. You're not so low you'd trap him with guilt, are you? I laughed. Imagine if I record this and send it, what would he think? Guilt can outlast love, you know. She shot up. You dare? No wonder you snared him with tricks. I shrugged. You talked, I taped, fair game. You're not low enough to use white moon obsession to make me dump him so you can swoop in, are you? She sprang forward. Christine checked her buzzing phone, smirked. He's here. Know why he didn't meet you at the clerk's? I was hungover, he sat by my bed all night. If I frown, he aches. Get it? Outside, Liam opened the passenger door for her. Christine melted into him, his arm looped around her, hand threading her hair, hips pressed close. White moon privilege, indeed. High school Liam had been loud, all bravado and blazing sincerity. I once thought he liked me. After all, for 3 years we shared a desk, he took my custodian shifts, kept me company at the flea market stall, and even had his parents bankroll the rest of my tuition. Everyone assumed he was into me. Our homeroom teacher actually hauled us in, convinced we were dating too young. But the night college entrance scores dropped, I watched him kneel and confess to Christine. Christine only patted his head. You're like a little brother to me, she said. Don't say something this awkward again. That was when I understood, his kindness had been kindness, not love. I started keeping my distance, yet junior year he chased me like a man possessed. Liam spelled it out, Christine had been the big sis crush of his life, but meeting me had set him free. The week we graduated, I said yes. Through 2 years of dating, he was thoughtful, constant, dropping by to see Eleanor, armed with gifts, flowers, and Venmo transfers. Still, something always felt missing. The instant Christine's flight touched down, he sprinted from our engagement party after her. He never announced a choice, but silence is an answer too. I finally saw it. We hadn't simply drifted, we'd been three the whole time. No wonder he found excuses to fly overseas every few months while we were together. He even kept Christine in the loop about every dinner date. And she wasn't disgusted, wasn't jealous. Harder to swallow, straight-shooting Liam was just another two-timer. All that sorting my feelings talk? He was simply juggling hearts. A week passed, Liam remained radio silent. Eleanor spiked a fever. The doctors, afraid to medicate at her age, could only sponge her down. In her delirium, she kept calling my mother's name, and mine. The fever broke at dawn. When she opened her eyes, she whispered, "I'd like to see Liam." Reality slapped me in the face. I dug my nails into my palm to smother the ache and rang him. "Can you come for supper today?" His voice tightened. "What happened to Eleanor?" "She ran a fever. She wants to see you." I added quickly, "I'm not hustling you to the altar." He hesitated. "Serena, I really do need time to sort things out. I've loved her for more than a decade." "I get it," I cut in. "I won't cling." After a beat, he agreed. To secure his cooperation, I admitted I'd bought a fake marriage certificate to calm Eleanor. Joy flashed in his tone. "So you do still have me in your heart? Once I untangle this, I'll marry you immediately." I corrected him, ice calm. "No need. I only want Eleanor at peace." His voice lifted. "I understand. As long as you'll wait, I'm happy." Then a soft, drowsy murmur drifted from his end. "Liam, why am I wearing your shirt?" The call died. I marched back to Eleanor's room, forcing cheer. He cleared his schedule, he's on his way. Eleanor struggled upright, eyes shining. Good, good. Then make him his favorite, braised pork belly." My hand jerked. Was her memory slipping? Liam ate anything. The kid who'd trailed me home every afternoon begging for braised pork belly had been Shane. At lunch, Liam walked in, with Christine on his heels. My stomach lurched, but I swallowed the bile for Eleanor's sake. He acted unfazed. Christine wanted to visit Eleanor too. Christine smiled, perfectly demure. "Liam speaks of you so often, I had to meet you." Eleanor, propped against the headboard, swept her gaze over them and finally murmured, "All right." The meal passed in funereal silence. Eleanor didn't ply Liam with food the way she used to. Afterward, Liam clasped her hand. "Year-end madness at the company. I'm afraid the wedding will have to slide to next year." Eleanor gave a faint nod. "No rush. Marriage is forever, better to think it through." She closed her eyes, suddenly smaller. "Run along, children. I won't see you out." In the hallway, I pulled out the Sterling family's $200,000 betrothal card and pressed it into Liam's hand. "Take it back." Color drained from his face. "I just need time." I folded his fingers over the card. "We're done. Let's part clean." Christine looked down, murmuring, "I'll wait downstairs." Liam tried to shove the card back. "Stop this. Give me a little longer and I'll choose you with no baggage." I stepped out of reach. "I'm not throwing a tantrum, we're simply wrong for each other." At the foyer, Christine twisted her ankle in her heels. "Ah." Tears shimmered in her eyes. Liam swept her up instantly, calling over his shoulder, "Serena, calm down, I swear I'll give you an answer before New Year's." The moment they left, Christine's text pinged in, "Power of the first love. See it now?" I was typing a reply when Eleanor appeared, gripping the doorframe. She'd pieced everything together. "Serena, get a divorce." She sighed. "Liam's a decent boy, but he's not your match." Don't sacrifice yourself just to ease an old woman. My nose stung. I came clean. Sorry, Eleanor, the certificate is fake. We never filed anything. Her eyes sparked with relief. Fake? Thank heavens. All I want is someone whose world entire is you. That same afternoon, the boy who loves braised pork belly showed up. Shane picked a lousy moment. The sky split open, rain roaring like a busted fire hydrant. My phone buzzed, his photo, soaked through, hair dripping. Freezing. His previous text had been a one-liner about re-enrolling in classes. I stared at the image, caved, and buzzed him in. He blew in carrying the storm, hoodie plastered to his skin, outlining mile-wide shoulders. Beads of water slid from his hairline over the sharp cut of his jaw. Under the foyer light his face looked carved. He exited the bathroom towel drying his head, then angled straight for the study, waist cinched in a towel, torso bare. Wide chest, long neck, 8-pack ridged like a washboard. Heat flooded my cheeks, I looked away. There's ginger broth in the living room, drink it before you catch cold. He stayed planted, blocking the door like a sulking shepherd mix. I don't have clothes. My temper flared. Then why play in the rain? He looked pitiful. I missed you. Didn't know the sky would break halfway. I tossed him a blanket, cutting the thread of hope. Don't come back after this. Silent, he wrapped himself in the plaid and disappeared to dry his laundry. When Eleanor woke from her nap, she was jubilant. Shane's finally here, and so tall now. He smiled at her, gentle. Came for dinner. I'll be dropping by a lot. A lot? I'd barely untangled one mess and he waltzed in. I stared at Eleanor. When did you two start texting? She beamed. I've had his number all along. Total inside job. Shane commandeered dinner. I ate at half speed. He snapped on disposable gloves, shredded the meat into Eleanor's bowl, protein for strength, ma'am. Then parked a pile in mine, you're too thin, eat. I glared, Eleanor glared back. So spoiled, only Shane will baby you like this. Shane kept tearing chicken, unbothered. Don't worry, ma'am, I'll look after Serena. As though I'd collapse without him. I have a misaligned bite, I can't tear food cleanly. Shane noticed back in middle school. He tried to pay for braces, but Eleanor needed surgery that same year, so the money went there. Even now I hoard every paycheck, one unexpected lab test could wipe me out. Eleanor set down her chopsticks, voice slow but certain. I trust you. The two of them volleyed promises, I couldn't stand it. Eleanor, I'm your granddaughter, why dote on him? Eleanor was glowing. Shane's good, respectful, and he's always watched out for you. After the dishes, we wheeled her around the complex. Back home, the woman who usually conks out at 8 excused herself at 7, old bones need deep sleep, won't hear a thing tonight. I leveled a stare at Shane. Back to campus. Now. Shane ignored me, laptop under his arm, and claimed the desk opposite mine. I've got problem sets, won't take long. I inhaled, swallowed my temper, and opened my manuscript. In college I worked every gig the town offered. Novel writing paid the bills and let me stay near Eleanor, so after graduation I went full-time. I typed, his gaze pinned me like infrared. Shane fired straight. Heard you and that Sterling guy split. Any misunderstanding? You patching it up? The naked curiosity prickled my scalp. No misunderstanding. And no reunion. He pressed. What if he comes back swearing you're the one? I glared at the monitor. I don't graze old pastures. His whole face lit up. Perfect. I lifted my head and nearly recoiled, eyes blazing, a dimple punching his cheek. 2 years had not taught my heart to behave, it drummed against my ribs. I slammed the laptop shut and bolted. He beat me to the door, tall frame eclipsing the frame, a stubborn Great Dane guarding the exit. My turn now, right? I massaged my temples. You think this is basketball, sub in and out? Shane braced a hand beside my ear, lashes fanning shadows across his cheekbones. An empty spot gets filled sooner or later. This time it has to be me. Watch, I'll prove no one can love you harder. All this talk of love, my face burned, my pulse sprinted, and the room felt suddenly too small. A vein at my temple was pulsing wildly. I just got dumped. I'm not looking to fall in love right now. He clasped my hand, his palm burned. I know. So let's get the marriage license first. When you're ready to fall in love, my eyes bulged. Did all that rain today flood your brain? Shane's expression was dead serious. When you're ready, this time it has to be with me. The license is your guarantee to me. No, I sputtered, brain stalling. You think marriage is a game of house? He grew even graver. I just want some peace of mind. You said you'd take responsibility for me. I almost fainted from sheer frustration. I beg you, you were 6. I thought you were a little girl. He had the audacity to look reasonable. 6-year-old me was still me. It's my turn, even if we have to take turns. I'd had enough. I shoved him toward the door, but under the motion sensor light I saw his eyes rimmed red, stubbornly holding the tears back. I'm grown now. Don't go to anyone else. I'll wait until you're willing. He looked shattered, a pitiful puppy. My heart clenched. I opened my mouth but no words came, only the sudden urge to drag him into the study and love the hurt out of him. Shane's voice cracked. I know my method was wrong. I've regretted locking you up every day since. The army changed me. I'm steadier, more dependable now. He stepped back half a pace, putting a reassuring distance between us. Serena, I won't push you again. I want you to take my pursuit seriously. I love you. He gave me one long look, then turned and walked away. The door clicked shut softly. I collapsed on the sofa, palms pressed to my burning cheeks. The first time I saw Shane he was 6 and I was 9. A sticky rice ball of a child, his grandma holding his hand. They stood at my front gate. I ran over and hugged him, pecked his squishy cheek. What a pretty little sister. He puffed his cheeks, even cuter. While our grandmas traded curses about their good-for-nothing sons-in-law, I nipped his chubby face. Big sis will take care of you. He froze, turned crimson, and finally blurted, I'm a boy. Later I learned his mom had married into Harborport. Divorced, neither parent wanted him. Dumped on grandma like an unwatered sapling. I used to think all parents favored sons, never imagined some don't love their kids at all. Seeing that pale, beautiful face wilted made my heart ache. At first he ignored everyone, then he started trailing me, silently carrying my things. When I fought, short limbs and all, he'd still throw himself at my attacker. When I did chores he'd read fairy tales with a stony face. My gorgeous little sidekick. When did things shift? Middle school, probably, he shot up, Adam's apple sharpening. Suddenly he turned shy around me. The first time I saw it I teased, leaning into his face. What's wrong with my Shane? Flushed, he ground out, you're annoying. To stack a need-based grant on top of my merit scholarship, I asked Liam to tutor me. Shane started sulking. Wherever Liam taught, Shane parked himself with homework. One day, when Liam leaned in a little close, Shane slammed his book down. I snapped, I'm studying, quit it. He glared at Liam with an iciness I'd never seen. Don't you know personal space? Liam just laughed. All right, big bro will keep distance from your sis. I kept thinking, he's family, just a kid. That night Shane confessed, Serena, I want to be your boyfriend. I laughed off the childish fantasy. I'm no cougar. Go home and sleep. He didn't budge. I'll grow up fast, then I'll tutor you. I reminded him, you're in middle school, I'm in high school, and you're still dead last in your grade. After that he became a different person. Grades rocketed from bottom to first, he even taught himself high school material. Was he a genius? Back then I only had eyes for Liam. Shane was just my kid brother. I avoided him. Yet he kept showing up, eyes red-rimmed, staring at me. Those pretty eyes brimming, so broken I'd hate myself at midnight for not knowing how to cherish him. The night I graduated I planned to confess to Liam, only to watch him profess love to Christine. I dragged myself home. Shane was waiting at the gate, asked nothing. Slept on our living room couch. In college I moved with Eleanor near campus. Shane rode the commuter rail to cook, shop, and watch Cantonese operas with her. Junior year Liam started pursuing me. When Shane found out he lost it for the first time. His grandma had just passed. His father, childless after all these years, came back dangling a fat inheritance. Shane locked me inside an estate while we both had finals looming. I tried reasoning, he wouldn't hear it. He cooked, talked, brought my favorite books and movies, never once mentioned letting me leave. Obsessed and stubborn, just love me, okay? Eleanor needed me. In the end Liam called the cops. Before they arrived I pressed a fruit knife to my throat. Shane's pupils contracted, inch by inch he loosened his grip. As I walked out he said, "Serena, don't say yes to him." Back home I found a nurse caring for Eleanor, and my heart finally settled. The year I graduated, I said yes to Liam. Shane had gotten into Southlake, mine, but chose enlistment instead. He came to say goodbye, voice hoarse, smile uglier than tears. If you two break up, give me one chance, just one. Then he disappeared into the night. For the next 2 years we only traded brief holiday texts. Because I'd tasted Shane's obsession and fire, I knew there was no passion between Liam and me. That ruthless want to possess, you only ever get it from someone who's afraid to lose you. And watching Liam waver between Christine and me, I ended it. Strangely, I felt lighter. Was I a jerk? How does that make you a jerk? In the cafe I spilled everything to Haley, she gaped. You're not heartbroken, which proves you were never in love. I swirled my coffee. So the past 2 years were a misunderstanding, she declared. Think about it, drop-dead gorgeous guy who only has eyes for you, anyone would swoon. He didn't confess earlier because he assumed you'd wait. Once you drifted in college he panicked and chased. There was affection, sure, but not enough. He just feared losing. She lowered her voice. Now that the first love's back he's torn, not because he can't choose, but because he wants both. The memory of Christine kissing him made my stomach turn. Haley, wise strategist, squeezed my hand. Duration of a breakup doesn't define jerkhood. You dumped him, he found someone else. Shane knows every detail, from his angle he endured, and the payoff is here. You see people clearly now. I buried my face in my hands and admitted, but Shane still feels like a kid brother to me. Holding his hand feels taboo. Her eyes lit up. Even spicier. Your neighbors, childhood friends, nothing taboo, just electric. I rolled my eyes. Stop. They're different. If Liam and I split we can stay classmates. If Shane and I crash and burn, we probably can't even stay neighbors. Do you think Shane will become another Liam? She said earnestly, no way. Sterling is classic, ride the donkey while hunting for a horse. Shane? He'd marry you tomorrow and lock the door if he could. If he wanted to play you, why push for a license? Easier to play the victim and coax you into bed. She sighed. You two are a monkey and his leash, you're insecure, gentle spring breeze love can't anchor you. Only someone possessively in love can make you feel safe. I blinked. She wasn't wrong. But back then Shane was underage, and he'd earned an offer from Harborport, his tycoon dad's turf, an easy ticket to a dazzling future. Instead he picked Southlake, my school. Accepting Liam had partly been out of pique. Haley finished, morals are great, but don't let them hogtie you. You're single. Pick the one who makes you blush, heart race, happy. Eleanor and I just want you truly happy. Sunlight slid into my cup. I exhaled slowly. One thing I knew for sure, I didn't want to hurt Shane again. A week later, Shane bought the apartment across the hall from me. His excuse was that the dorm was too noisy and this place was closer to the subway. When Eleanor and I dropped by to warm the house, I discovered his study was laid out exactly like mine. He also owned a monster bookcase stuffed with novels from every century and every country. The three of us sat wrapping dumplings, and having one extra person really did change everything. Late that night, the moment I uploaded my new chapter, his text popped up, "Come over for a drink?" I turned him down, going to sleep. He wouldn't quit, "Then I'll come knock." Furious, I yanked the door open and found him blocking the frame. The motion sensor light flared, his eyes were glassy, a thin t-shirt clinging to him, and the sight rattled me. Why couldn't I resist? Was it just because he was ridiculously good-looking? Shane sounded dead certain. "If you don't like me, why do you dodge me? Why is your face red?" Mortified, I tried to duck back inside, but he pulled me out and shut the door. He was tall, lean, all sharp edges, caging me in. The pressure was suffocating, nowhere to retreat. I muttered, "I'm just tired." Then, possessed by some devil, I followed him home. Inside the study he pinned me to the wall. His expression was pitiful, yet his voice kept pushing. "When are you going to take responsibility for me?" My cheeks burned. "Please, just forget it." He was deadly serious. "Can't. I remember everything about you." I threw out my last defense. "Are you sure what you feel is love? You were still a kid, maybe what you called possessiveness was just family instinct." Shane's gaze darkened. "The first wet dream I ever had was about you in middle school, and every one after." "Tell me, which kind of family is that?" I cursed myself for opening the door. "Shameless. I'm nice to you, sure, but I'm nice to the kids next door too." His eyes dimmed. "Exactly. They all wrote you love letters. I tore everyone up and warned them I'd punch their lights out if they tried again." I stared, stunned. So that had happened. Shane cupped my face, voice hoarse. "But I'm different to you. When I got hurt fighting, you fussed over me and dabbed on the iodine. When they got hurt, you just said they deserved it. Because you were hot and in the right." I screamed inside. "I can't stand it anymore." The words left him in a whisper before his mouth crashed onto mine, urgent, scorching, as if years of hunger had snapped. My mind blanked, body locking up. He stayed glued to me, husking, "Your heart's racing." I shoved him hard, but he caught me from behind, arm steel. Warm breath brushed my ear. "You do like me." I floundered. "We can't go back." He nipped my neck, a sting that sent sparks down my spine. "Then don't look back, walk forward with me." Next morning, Shane and I got our marriage license. Stepping out of City Hall, the sun was perfect. Haley pinged me about New Year's, "When Eleanor naps, come play." I've rounded up several hunks, all 6 foot plus, shredded, and loaded, total win. Shane happened to be holding my phone. He lowered his eyes, voice flat. "I've never spent New Year's with you." Total amnesia. Before he enlisted, which countdown hadn't we celebrated at my house? I took the phone and answered, "Can't. I just got my license. Premarital exam this afternoon, staying in tonight." The call exploded at once. Haley shrieked, "You seriously took Sterling back?" "I saw him with Christine yesterday." "It's Shane," I said. 2 seconds of silence, then whoops and blessings burst through the speaker. I hung up laughing and found Shane studying me, ears crimson, trying hard to look chill. Back in the car his gaze bored into me. "When do you want the wedding?" "Wait till you graduate, MMF." Before I finished he kissed me, ferocious, eager. One hand cradled my nape, I pushed, breathless. We're still in front of City Hall, people are watching. He pulled back just enough, forehead on mine, panting, "I'm just stupid happy. Tonight, come to my place, okay? I get physicals every year, super healthy. Big deal, Eleanor and I do annual checkups too." I stared out the window. "Let's go. Eleanor's waiting." My cheeks were on fire. On the drive I kept sneaking glances. The corners of his mouth wouldn't come down, pure, relaxed joy. 2 years ago he'd been brooding and obsessive. Remembering the terse restraint he carried home from the service melted something inside me. Eleanor again studied the 2 red marriage booklets, eyes suddenly brimming. It's real, really real, and it's good. I looked at her, vision blurring, hugging her arm. Shane curved a hand over my shoulder, solemn toward her. When I graduate we'll hold the wedding. We still need you to bear witness. She beamed. Of course, of course. Sunlight flooded the room. After our evening walk Eleanor shooed me across the hall. I'll call if I need you. She looked so spirited it worried me. I didn't relax until I knew she was asleep. Shane towed reluctant me to his door. I feigned calm. I haven't showered. He didn't hear, yanking me inside and locking up. Next second I was against the wall, his mouth on mine. Suddenly I wasn't scared, I tipped my head and answered. His body stilled, then flared. Hands snaked behind me, fumbling forever with the clasp, his Adam's apple bobbing in frustration. Shower, together? I hid my burning face in his shoulder. I'll go first. Steam fogged the bathroom, but he insisted on squeezing in. When I was so flustered my eyes stung, he whispered, I've read your smut. Teach me, sis. Calling me sis at a moment like this, ulterior motives. Tension peaked, I quivered. I've never actually tried, figure it out yourself. He blinked. I scraped back some poise. You're not even nervous, been with someone before? His eyes blazed, excitement skyrocketing. Nope. He dipped to kiss my collarbone. From start to finish, I'm yours. What followed was clumsy yet fierce. Round 1 ended fast. Shane, now addicted, nipped my fingertip. Your scenes run an hour minimum, let's practice. Hands on my waist, till we get it right? Turns out the internet was dead on, a younger guy spends every ounce of energy on you. New Year's Eve, fireworks across the sky. Christine leaned on Liam, gentler and more ardent than ever. Yet her nearness felt to him like hollow tedium. All this time he'd stayed by Christine, yet stubbornly texted Serena daily, though she never answered. He knew she was angry, waiting for his choice. Christine had been the unreachable light of his youth, but Serena, when had she quietly rooted in his life? He pictured her in high school, swinging a broom to defend a bullied kid, remembered her biting her lip when tuition was overdue, then smiling at flea market customers the next second. She was wildgrass, resilient, vivid, drawing him in, making him want to shield her. He'd told himself it was pity, or habit. Not until college, when Serena stopped seeking him out, did panic strike, a dread of losing something he hadn't known he clutched. So he chased her. After they dated, restlessness lingered. Then on proposal day Christine flew home, the white moonlight suddenly within reach, and he couldn't decide. Now, finally, he knew. As the last firework faded, Christine looked up, eyes reflecting the afterglow. Liam, you said you had an answer. Can you tell me? Liam stared at the ground, voice raw. Christine, he used the childhood name he hadn't spoken in years. From now on, you're only my big sister. Impossible. Christine's shriek sliced the cold air. You've just mistaken years of habit for love. With her background, can you even tell pity from affection? Liam's gaze was hollow yet unshaking. I can. I miss her when she's gone, I only feel steady when she's near. I want to give her everything, just to see her smile. Christine clutched his arm. What about me? What were these nights? All these years of kindness, were they lies? He pulled free. They were real. But they were a brother's devotion. This past stretch. I was deluded. I'm sorry. He checked his watch, urgency flaring. I have to find her. Before midnight, I have to tell her. Panicking, Christine flung herself at him, kissing him through tears. Stay with me, one last night, please? She'd film their intimacy and send it to Serena. Even if Liam ran back, doubt would fester. Heat and guilt tangled, Liam couldn't bring himself to shove her away. Before clothes hit the floor, his phone rang. A high school buddy stammered. Serena posted on Instagram, she got married. Groom's not you. Liam's head thundered, he forced a laugh. Fake license. She bought it to comfort her grandma. The moment the call ended, trembling, he opened the app. Red background passport photo, Serena smiling, eyes curved, and beside her, Shane. The photograph stabbed at his eyes until they hurt. A fake license? Why did it have Shane's name on it? A terrifying thought shot through him. Could it actually be real? Panic clamped around his heart. He shoved Christine away so hard she staggered. I'm sorry, I have to find her. Right now. Her cry was lost behind him as he bolted into New Year's Eve wind sharp enough to slice skin. Inside the car he dialed Serena again and again, his hand shaking so badly the phone almost slipped. Busy. Busy. Still busy. At last the final call went through. He didn't wait, words tumbling like a sprint. Serena, I know the answer now. I like you, I love you, Serena. Let's get married. Let's go get the marriage license tomorrow. A clear, laughing male voice floated back. Big bro, bigamy lands you in prison, don't drag my wife down with you. A chill swept Liam's spine. Shane? Smug satisfaction coated Shane's drawl. My wife's asleep. Calling someone else's wife at midnight, bit inappropriate, don't you think? Liam's fingers whitened on the steering wheel. Serena is my girlfriend. Shane's gaze could have frozen fire, yet his tone stayed light. Did my wife ever admit that? We've already got the red book, government approved. Liam snarled, that's a fake. She bought it to comfort Eleanor. Shane tooted. Oh, the one with your photo? That one was fake. The one I'm holding, nice fresh steel stamp and all, is very real. Black specks swarmed Liam's vision, he punched the gas and shot through a red. Put Serena on. A second of quiet, then the faint rustle of fabric and Shane's softer murmur, did I wake you? The line clicked dead. When Liam called back, he hit a wall of beeps. WhatsApp flashed a red exclamation, he was blocked everywhere. Shane set the phone down and looked at Serena, drowsy in his arms. Who were you talking to? She mumbled. Shane said, my parents sent you a transfer. I snapped awake and opened my phone with glee. 2 million from Rayburn, 20 million from Rayburn. My eyes popped. It must have been so rough I'm hallucinating. Shane hugged me. Rough? Didn't I follow every rule of tempo and rhythm you set? Liar. At first he'd listened, then after tasting meat he became insatiable, and by the finale he'd forgotten earth and sky existed. He suddenly buried his nose against my neck. Me or the money, pick one. Money, obviously. But remembering how, at the height of passion, he'd whispered like a possessive villain, I wish we could tangle like this forever, I coaxed him, you, of course. Before the midnight countdown I slipped back to check on Eleanor. Her breathing was deep and even, relief filled me. We sat in the living room counting down with the TV, toasting our brand new identities. 0 hit, Shane bent to kiss me. Mid-kiss, the intercom shrieked. The screen showed, Liam. Shane's face darkened. We walked downstairs and found Liam in the night wind, hair wild, every trace of his old effortless swagger gone. Panic and desperation rolled off him in waves. His stare fixed on our linked hands, his own fists clenched and unclenched before he forced a smile. Serena, your little bro's here and you didn't tell me? Perfect, we'll pick up the license tomorrow and have a family dinner. Liam looked stretched to snapping point, nothing left of the boy who used to own every room. A faint ache stirred in me, but my voice stayed calm. Liam, we're over. Shane and I already filed the license. His eyes reddened instantly, his chest heaved. It's fake, you did it for Eleanor, right? You're angry, I'll apologize, the license is real, I cut in. Don't come again. His face went chalk white and he lurched forward. Did he force you? I tightened my grip on Shane's hand. I did it willingly. But Liam refused to hear. Fire blazed in his eyes, he swung at Shane. You bastard, Shane's gaze iced over. He sidestepped and drove a knee into Liam's gut. Liam crumpled with a grunt. I caught Shane's arm. Enough. He exhaled, reined the violence in, and shielded me behind him. Looking at Liam on the ground, I felt only strangeness. Leave. He struggled up, eyes wet, fury and agony tangled together. You liked me, since high school. Being with him is just revenge, right? I froze. You knew? He grabbed at the lifeline. Of course I knew. I liked you too. I just thought Christine was the one. Shane stepped forward, I blocked him. The last ember of guilt inside me winked out. So he had known all along, known and soaked up my devotion while pining for his white moonlight, tossing me crumbs of affection. Those head pats, the tutoring, the money, none were my wishful fantasy, he'd simply wanted both. I took out my phone. The driver will be here in a minute to take you to the hospital. We'll cover the bill. Liam stared, disbelieving. Serena, he hit me. Are you blind? I met his gaze. I see perfectly. I see you, and I see me. He stood frozen, hollowed out. Shane led me home. The instant the door shut, he pinned me to the wall, pressed my palm to his chest and whined, "It hurts here too." He punched me. The foolish misunderstandings of youth became a joke in hindsight. That blazing obsession, once the heat faded, wore itself down to a single nostalgic sigh, so that was how it was. I once asked Shane about the 2 years I dated Liam. He shrugged. He was the closest, sure, without him you still wouldn't have picked me then. I screwed up, scared you off with the wrong approach. He really had changed. The jagged possessiveness he'd carried before enlisting had been sanded into quiet steadiness. His face still held boyish clarity, but the lines had sharpened into something decisively male, especially the body he'd carved into mouth-watering shape. All that energy had to go somewhere, apparently. I stayed up late writing, then stayed up even later driving. 7 a.m., half asleep, I felt him stir and clung to him. Not again, I can't take any more. He kissed my cheek, laughing. You sleep, I've got an 8 o'clock lecture. I smacked him, thinking it was a lame joke. Stop it. He tucked the quilt around me. Morning classes all day. Wait for me. My brain screeched awake. Thank God he was back from service and only finishing college, otherwise I'd never dare touch him. Listening to the door click shut, I stared at the ceiling. My husband is literally still an undergrad. Over winter break Eleanor asked US to take her home. She said she wanted to go back. The old courtyard hadn't changed. I could almost hear the nonsense rhyme I'd invented as a kid. I go to school, never late, I love to study, Shane loves to work. Back then I made him wash my socks, he'd keep a straight face but never refuse. I used to bury myself in books while he gamed beside me. Later, when he noticed I couldn't chew meat, he quietly tore it into tiny pieces. Suddenly those memories were crystal clear. On New Year's Day Eleanor was radiant, making dumplings with her own hands. She watched us and said, "Serena, Shane, stay this happy. When Shane graduates, give me 2 babies and the house will be merry indeed." My nose stung, I smiled and nodded. It's merry right now. Before Lantern Festival she slipped away in her sleep, face serene, as if every wish had been granted. Shane wrapped an arm around me and murmured, "It was a blessed passing." I knew that. Yet the tears wouldn't stop. I moved through the arrangements in a daze, and only long after we left the town did I wake one dawn to the brutal clarity, my braces were off. And Eleanor was truly gone. Not long after, Haley burst in shrieking, Liam tested positive for that disease. He and Christine are still arguing over who gave it to whom, their drama's wild. She hesitated. Maybe, you should get checked too? I laughed. Check for what? He and I did exactly nothing. Eleanor went to bed early, I rarely dared go out at night. Liam juggled a company and constant flights to chase his white moonlight. Every date of ours had come with a built-in crowd. Funny, 2 years of dating and we were pure as blank paper. Haley exhaled in relief. Good thing we do annual physicals, you scared me to death. The year Shane graduated he proposed. Down on one knee, the hand holding the ring trembled. Serena, I love you. Will you spend your life with me? Tears blurred my vision. Yes. We held our wedding ceremony for real. The next year I gave birth to boy and girl twins. We moved into a new house. When the babies started toddling they loved to tumble into our arms, gurgling with laughter. One quiet afternoon I leaned against Shane while the kids played on the rug, and suddenly asked, back then, why did you enlist? He was silent a moment, then pulled me closer. I couldn't stand the thought of you belonging to someone else. But I was scared my obsession would hurt you. I wanted you mine, but more than that I wanted you happy. I couldn't bear to lose track of you, so I kept tabs through Eleanor. Thank God I waited. Yes, thank God we waited. Sunset streamed through the window, pooling in his warm palm. Our children's bright laughter rang out like bells. The rest of our lives stretched ahead, day after day of gentle warmth together. Thanks for listening to our story. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate it? If you liked the video, please like and share it with friends. We look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss more wonderful stories. See you next time.